Hey all, it has been nearly 3 months ever since the Classic Fresh Anniversary servers released on November 21st. Today what we're looking at is the state and health of Classic Era, right? So currently on Anniversary, there is nearly 20,000 people level 60 on Night Slayer alone. That is a mega server with layers. This server is smaller, but it doesn't have layers. It has that community feel. What we're going to be doing is talking about Whitemane Classic Era, and we're going to be discussing raiding, world buffing, low level play, all the people leveling up. Yes, there are people leveling on this server. We're going to talk about ranking, world PvP, all that kind of stuff. So when Fresh was announced, all the naysayers, the doomers, the gloomers, they came out of the woodwork and they were essentially shit talking Classic Era, Whitemane, all that stuff, saying this server is going to die, Era is dead as of, November 21st. Get effed swipers and GDKPers. Yeah, I get that not everyone likes GDKP. I think this whole schism of people who are against GDKPs and it's like infighting. It's like everyone loves vanilla, but then you got different groups of vanilla lovers who hate each other, seemingly. Regardless, are those people correct that this server is dead? Well, it doesn't appear to be. This server has survived a lot, and it continues to support everything you would just about want to have on a server. So let's talk about rating. There are about 3,300 people on this server. Contrast that to about 20,000 on Night Slayer. So it is less, but Night Slayer has so many layers, and if Night Slayer has like 7 layers, you could consider Whitemane to just be a one permanent layer. And even though Night Slayer might have 7 layers at times, that's just, layers kind of suck. They're all separate. So I do feel like when there's not layers, like on Whitemane, you might have a better sense of community. You might be able to walk around and kind of have an idea of who you see. Now, I know a lot of people here, but I don't know everybody here because there's so many people. And so I can't expect to know all 2,000 alliance and all, I think about 1,300 or so horde. Regardless, there's a lot of people raiding here. 3,300 people, divide that by 40. That's a lot of raids happening every week. You have day raiding, nighttime raiding, normal time. You've got middle of the night because of the Oceanic crew. There's a lot of raids happening, a lot of people doing stuff here. And because people raid, there's also a lot of world buffs that drop. Not a crazy amount. It's not nonstop, but we get all the buffs dropping. If I do Who Dire, Keanu Reeves and a bunch of other people selling Dire Mall. Keanu Reeves is, he's always there selling Dire Mall, just about always there. So Dire Mall is open nearly 24/7. You can get your buffs. It's good. And you need buffs for raiding, and so that goes hand in hand. So that's really awesome. Before we talk about leveling, let's talk about ranking because, there's not much to say about ranking. It's the Alterac Valley bonus weekend right now, and I could be in queue all day long. I saw yesterday there was someone saying, "Hey, there's 35 horde people queued up. Let's queue up alliances, get a game going." I don't think a game got going. The reality is that most people don't want to do battlegrounds anymore, simply because people are already Grand Marshal. I think we saw a couple Grand Marshals out here, or they don't care about doing that because you can get the AQ40 or you can get the Nax gear. So it's usually going to outclass the Ranker gear. Oh, did you see that? Ravaniel said you got a better chance of seeing 2 Death Charger reigns back to back than an AV popping on Whitemane. They need to merge Whitemane BG with Fresh. I think they could do that one day, but not currently. That would just not make sense to have. Well, and then he says, well, Deviant Delight didn't have an issue. Well, I don't think it would be fair to have tier 3 people queuing up against. It'd almost be like the sod people in the Alterac Valley that we had on Fresh. It's just, you would have to wait quite a few phases. Anyways, currently ranking is not possible unless you go to Silithus and you run sand to these camps, right? You get 200 honor per turn-in. You can get 10,000 honor per hour doing that solo. That means you need to do more than 40 hours of sand running. Or you can pay people to run sand for you, and you can maybe get 20,000 or more per hour. So, but that'd be very expensive. You could rank, you'd have to pay out the ass for it. World PvP, it happens mostly at world buff spots, Yojamba Island, Booty Bay, Fellwood, the occasional Stormwind gank. Those are the common places. Sometimes Blackrock Mountain, maybe winter, spring, but I wouldn't expect to get ganked running around Burning Steps or something like that, mining or picking flowers. There's just not that much stuff going on. Finally, leveling. Let's just do some /shoes on the leveling. So we have we can go 5 to 10. So there are some people out here leveling. We have 11 to 20. There's more than 50 people. Westfall, Darkshore. We can go like 30 to 40. There's people in Stranglethorn and such. All these different areas. We can go 41 to 50. So there are people out here leveling. Now, I whispered these people for quite a while, and the responses honestly were surprising. Most people who I whispered, they said, fresh? What's fresh? Because what I asked them was, hey, I'm just reaching out. I'm curious. How come you're leveling here instead of on fresh? And they're like, what is fresh? I had to explain to a lot of people, on fresh, it's more people. Here, there's less people. On fresh, GDKP is banned. On here, it's not banned. Well, what's GDKP? I don't know what that is. And it was just very interesting. So they were players who just had no clue, and they just kind of picked a server. So the leveling experience is a bit of a more solo journey here, but once you are level 60 here, I think it's pretty easy to acquire gold because, for example, Elemental Earth currently 30 gold a pop. If I go /who Badlands, there's a couple people out here farming, it looks like, but this guy out here, he could be killing elementals. He could get a couple, like literally as a new player, get 3 elemental earth and you got your mount. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very easy to get gold. Mining and herbalism, selling the swift thistle and all that stuff that people are not going to want to farm, you'll have more gold than you know what to do at a low level. And I think it's really easy to get into the game on Classic Era. Not that much work that has to be done. Whereas on Fresh, you got to be slaving away. There's so many bots on Fresh. So there are pros and cons to different servers. But yeah, so that's the state of Era for those who want to know. And I'll be starting raids. I'm going to be hosting raids starting next week. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a sub and a comment. Catch me live on my Twitch channel, Dwarf Lord TV, to connect with me or say hi to me in game on any of my characters. Dwarf Lord out.
And they say that the Dwarf Lord could save us. I'm not gonna pave here and wait. I'll hold on to the beard of the Dwarf Lord. Watch as we heroic leap away.